This essay example, as well as thousands of others, is available in text format on our website for free and without registration. Simply Google Ivy Panda Free Essays.
Introduction. Our involvement in the environment is considerably becoming more significant in all walks of life, including business. According to the nature of the business, it utilizes resources, pollutes the environment, and produces waste products. This is why business attracts substantial attention from individuals and groups of environmentalists who are more concerned about the prospect natural environment. Therefore, most worldwide companies are working on strategic agendas to address the issue of environmental sustainability, hence making sustainability reporting a global issue that requires immediate attention. Definition. Environmental reporting is referred to as a conscious communication and social responsibility that aims at improving dynamic and voluntary exposure to environmental information. It aims at revealing what an organization is planning to do in regard to the environment within and surrounding its public. Additionally, the main function of this report is to give an important means for environmental communication and realize organizations' accountability in consideration of environmental burdens. It is therefore considered important whenever writing this report to include its main intention to ensure that your intent fits with the global one, and this progressively advances the substance of environmental reporting. Environmental reporting also should include a pledge, which affirms the determination to venture to accomplish the environmental policies and objectives. It is good to note that a general environmental report is published once every financial year. Roles of environmental reporting. This reporting has two principal roles, namely, internal, corporate, and external, social, roles, which support environmental efforts in organizations' activities. It plays a significant task in strengthening charitable environmental works in specific organizations' activities. Although we argue that the companies are not responsible for the environmental impacts, I believe that industries and factories, if not well regulated by environment management groups and activists, can cause great harm to our nature. Therefore, it is important for the organizations to consider their external role, which is characterized by three external responsibilities, as long as environmental reporting is used as a link between the company and its public. To start with, it functions to reveal information associated with the company's social accountability, to give information that is helpful for assessment to the stakeholders, and finally, to sponsor environmental activities between the company and the citizens. More so, the company has two important internal roles, that is, the function to generate or amend environmental policies, goals, and plans of an organization, and the second function to encourage and motivate the management and workers and promote their environmental activities. Principles of environmental reporting. In order for an organization to meet its effective environmental report and to achieve its objectives, it's basically good to consider the 5 set principles, which are entirely used to evaluate whether the reports meet its purpose of acting as a communication medium between the organization and its public as satisfying social accountability function. These principles include relevance. Every organization is expected to act on the report, which seeks to address issues that are helpful to the interested stakeholders' decision-making by reporting on the status of the environmental challenges caused by commerce activities. Every company should ensure that its activities are well controlled to fit the maximum environmental requirements. The report should include only the expectations of the target audience in relation to environmental reporting. The reliability of environmental reporting must be focused on the accuracy and factual aspects, for if poorly presented, it can harm the company's reputation, hence affecting its performance. The external image of any given company is highly dependent on what gets out of the organization to the user, and this can highly influence the decision-making of opinion makers. Always try not to be biased in presentation. The third principle of environmental reporting addresses clarity, and in any given organization, clarification is never taken for granted. The company needs to provide simple, easy to understand information to shun any form of misrepresentation to the stakeholders. It is good to always include the environmental impacts that your company has and indicates the remedies you undertake to minimize them. Comparability. It's good to realize that a company does not operate in a noble world, but it has competitors in its field. Therefore, it's good to give comparable statements for all the reports that address the same particular subject, environment. First of all, you should include a comparison of multiple years and provides the historical tendency of the organization. Additionally, it's good to provide a clear positive motive for your company compared to the others that lie in the same sector. Finally, an organization has to consider the verifiability of the information and should also have to be with verifiable objective perspectives. An organization has to present estimation methods and boundaries of every part of the information given, and calculation formulas have to be explained to allow data confirmation and reliability of the third party. Conclusion. Although Environmental Conservation Organization has stipulated certain guidelines to guide the environmental conservation process, personally, I believe that conservation is more of a norm than a rule. Every organization should use its own set principles to lay foundations on what they expect in their surroundings and put the need of the public inconsiderately. It should be an individual urge to everyone to make sure that he makes a good living condition without forgetting the era that we are living in of global warming and other environmental mayhems. Let's take responsibility and preserve our environment for a healthier nation and world in general. Did you like this concept of environmental reporting sample? To get more works like this one, make sure to check out the free database of academic paper examples at ivpanda.com. You will find thousands of samples for all your study needs, without even having to register.